Just join us to explore various journeys and the corporate experience of a plethora of personalities who have really made it big. Don't just get inspired, keep inspiring. An engineer and an entrepreneur, she has extensive experience in leadership, business management, and execution of those new ideas into successful business. As a chairperson and a CEO of SP Robotic Works, I am so glad to have Sneha Priya on Digi-Tales Show. Sneha Priya is a leading light in EdTech industry and started her STEM journey at 18, not just by becoming an engineer but also carving a path for herself by creating a chain of impactful network. So now we have Sneha with us for the live chat. Hi Sneha.
Hi Devaki.
Welcome you to Digi-Tales. So it's been really a long journey I have spent with you. I mean, like it's actually a joyful moment to have you as my first guest for this show. So without much delay, let me hop into the questions because Neha, let me hear it from you once again. A quick intro about you and like what you do for the Digi-Tales audience.
Sure. So I'm the CEO of and co-founder of SP Robotic Works. So that is our company. So I became an entrepreneur back in the age of about 19 years. So that's when I became an entrepreneur. Officially started things after I graduated from the university, and started it along with Pranavan, who also did same university together. So that's how we started things, and the company that we ideated and we started off was all about inspiring young minds. So that was it's been an incredible journey, and that's when
So I mean, I know you're a self-motivated person, but do you have any inspiration, and if so, like who inspired you? I'm actually curious to know that.
Okay, so it's not a particular incident or a particular person who inspired. I would say the work's outcome inspired me, and it still inspires me continuously.
Well said, well said. Like self-inspiration is an absolutely bliss, and it's a long journey. It's like it doesn't stop. You don't have to keep looking outside. So it's within yourself. That's great to know. So when you began your career, like did you ever imagine that you will be here today professionally?
Not at all. Zero thought. So my family has no background on business, and they both of them are government officials, and moreover, I had my own career plans when we started off. So I had my plans to do MBA and then go abroad, etc., etc. That's how things were. But then I think everything just changed the minute we saw such a joy that we could bring within people, and the change that we could bring in India with the kind of education that we could provide. I think that just shifted the entire path to another direction, and I'm very happy it did.
Fantastic. Seriously brilliant to know that, Sneha. As a woman, did you ever had any barrier? Like probably not a barrier, something that significantly was tough to break, or something that it was a long-term challenge you were like suffering. I mean, anything like that?
Frankly speaking, I wouldn't put it as a barrier because I was a woman. Okay. So that is definitely one thing. Barriers are there for everybody. So I also say this to every other woman who's there in our office as well. So there are personal challenges for everybody. Men have their responsibilities, women have their responsibilities. If we have more responsibilities, I would say we are actually more capable, and that's why we have more responsibilities. It's how we tackle them that matters. As a woman, the only thing that I felt I should change or I should learn from a man also in those lines is how to take things easily. Okay, so I feel men have that as a birth quality or something, and women take things very seriously. So I think that is one thing that I definitely changed, which helped me overcome a lot of barriers along the way and helped me keep myself strong during the entrepreneurial journey.
I loved your answer. Just relax. That's amazing. Okay. Well, now I would like to ask you a few generic questions like what progress have you seen in today's women?
To just give you an idea, so when we started off, we're a tech company, right? So when we started off, it was very difficult to find women employees itself in the tech space. But right now, we're seeing a lot of people. Okay, around 35%. We being a complete tech company, 35% of people are women here, and I think that's a good shift that's already happening.
Good
And
number.
women in tech is a great future. I see that, and also coming to the future women in tech, because we are already what we are doing as a company is we are influencing young minds to learn the new tech, so robotics or whatever that is. Having said that, the girls who are coming and joining are also increasing in numbers at a steady rate, which is a very good sign. So, unlike in the past, where there's a lot of stereotyping that girls only do arts class and music class and dance class, because that's what we all did, right? So, but now parents are acknowledging that girls can do amazing in tech as well, and we're seeing a lot of people come, a lot of girls come and do coding with us, come and do robotics with us. Robotics is, they understand robotics is not just mechanical. There's a lot to it. So there's a lot of awareness in the market, and I think that's very good positive sign.
Great. So, considering what you said, what do you think as the three major skills that women today should possess?
So I would say managing and planning is very, very important. And I think the biggest strength for any women out there is we are born with it, right? So we have to fine tune it, and we have to, look at it from a bigger picture. So that is definitely one. Number two is don't micromanage. Okay, so when you want to grow in your career, you should stop micromanaging and you should start delegating. That is, I feel, something that is not an innate quality of every woman. So I think that is something that we all have to develop. So that's number two. Number three would be, we understand that there are personal commitments as well as official and all of that. So prioritizing what over the other is extremely important. And having that as a determination would, help us push there and move forward.
Good, good. Now, is that you spoke about the commitment and you're also a CEO of a company. So, how do you manage your personal finance? Like, what are some personal tips? If so, you have, you want to give it to the rest of the world. I know
So
I'm asking the right person. I know it's just that the people around you doesn't let you do, but still.
we look at it very differently. So the company as such being the baby of ours, so we see that is the asset we're growing. Okay, so that's how we look at it primarily. And one important tip I would give is, see what you want to compromise. Okay, so um, is it your enjoyment that you want to compromise, or is it your growth that you want to compromise over savings, over etc etc. So I would say, so more than savings, me as a person I focus on how do I grow myself right now, so that down the line we can look at when we've grown, the personal finance or the funds that's going to be available for saving is going to be much much higher. So we could always look at saving at that point in time. Okay, so a very minimalistic saving with more investment in yourself is what would be a very important personal tip that I follow and I would give to others as well.
Great. Okay, so one more question on the skill level. How do you think like networking on LinkedIn, like or other professional platforms would help women to shape their personal identity or their career?
It's very important because you have to showcase what you are capable of. Okay, and in today's world, people have to know about you, and you should be there to be seen. Tech has tech has given both positives and negatives. For example, now that LinkedIn is available, we as a company can also search for others quite easily, right? So when we search for others, the qualities that how everything we see, the qualities of the person, how are they skilled, everything is there on LinkedIn, right? So having said that, it's very important to see how you can be there. So the positive of tech here is you are able to showcase yourself, but the negative is there are thousands of people showcasing, so you have to be there also, else you're going to get drowned in the ocean.
Okay, so now is that you deal with the next generation already through your community. So what is that you think that like what advice that you want to give to the next generation women to achieve their goals in life?
Yeah, so the next gen women, I would say,
And sorry, one to complete the question in the man's world. I know we all talk about the empowerment and equality, diversity stuff, but still, fact is the fact.
yeah, so I would say in a men's world, how does a woman come across, or how does a women push through and be successful? Um I would say again, the determination is one thing that can drive anyone forward. So a clear plan for the future. Okay, so that is what is very very important. What do you want to become as part of your career, and how do you want to achieve it? A clear plan is very key. Okay, so let's not make um, let's not make the personal life cross that path. Is 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 a is a very key current mindset that the younger generations have to have. One positive thing about the future generation is men are also open, unlike in the past, men are also open to discuss things. So we have to go, and now it's on us to kind of put it out there and say, I need this and I need it for sure, right? So once that clarity is there with all of the women out there, I think things will fall in place.
So, can I take this as your special message for Women's Day month, March, or you want to add something to it?
I think this summarizes. I think every woman out there should decide what they want to become and should stand by it no matter what. And I think things will fall in place, right? So people will come, people will start supporting you, and all of that will happen. So I think that's the whole thought process.
Fantastic, Sneha. It was actually a very quick span and a crisp interview by. I mean, thank you so much for your time. I mean, I love this conversation with you after it felt so much nostalgic, but still it was like a refreshing moment for me. So that felt absolutely great, and thank you so much for the time. And
Thank you. And I think just to add one more word. So
sure.
from my side, so this is what is called inspiration. So you saw what others are capable of doing, and you've become an entrepreneur right now. I think it's also very important for women to go forward and start getting out of their comfort zones and moving on. I think amazing
Absolutely.
with you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sneha, for joining Digi-Tales.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.